Hello, this is Randy Beard. Wanted to give you a little bit of fast time-lapse photography on Shotcrete production today. This is my Shotcrete crew doing a little project down at the end of the peninsula here in beautiful Southern California. One of the best Shotcrete crews I've ever worked with. It's all in the setup, so what you're first going to see them do is they're starting to measure things up, and they are going to run piano wire. The wire, you can see the loop down here, it's hanging over that bottom post, and he's going to string those up. The piano wire is used as guidelines for the walls, and you'll see them here in a moment using what's known as a rod. They actually don't trowel the Shotcrete much, they cut it. What we use at Pure Water Pools is a 4,500 PSI Shotcrete, and we bring that in a cement truck. So it's certified that it meets all of the standards and is almost 30% stronger than what our engineer requires. Plastic goes up because Shotcrete can splatter all over everything. If you get it on windows, it can sandblast the windows. It's a mess to clean up. If you've ever seen one of these hoses blow up, sometimes they'll get a rock or something stuck in them, and you can blow one of these hoses up. It's pretty scary. Stuff goes flying everywhere. So the guy actually placing the Shotcrete at the end of the nozzle is known as the nozzleman. And then we have the pump operator too, who is always watching. He's right there watching the nozzleman just in case something gets out of control, adjusting the settings to keep everything just exactly the way they like to see it. So this whole process takes about 4 to 5 hours, and we're watching it in just under about 5 minutes. After they get all set up, there's a little bit of waiting for the truck to get there. We don't have the truck sitting outside. We have everything set up and wait for the truck. So the truck's pulled up at this point. It's over to the right. You can, if you look at the compressor, you can see it way out in the right on the street. And here we go. The nozzleman holds the nozzle at a 90-degree angle to where he's pneumatically placing the cement, or the Shotcrete, I'm sorry. And that's the rod that he's got his hand on. It's a big long rod, and he's pushing that against those wire guidelines and slides it right down along to cut the walls. At this point, everything's set up. The wires are all square. We know that the end product, the wires are guide wires. He's going up to shoot the beam. Cleans it off the forms. You'll notice our forms, they're all 2x4 forms, full wood panels. He just lost the wall there. If you saw that, it actually fell down. And that's the trick, is to try and get enough product up there, but if they're pushing a little bit too fast, then it'll drop the wall. He just reshot that wall on the upper right. You see steel in our bench seats. We always put steel in our bench seats. Shotcrete's, in my opinion, a lot better than gunite. One is we can regulate the mix that comes in. Two, we don't have a lot of byproduct rebound, that's all over the place. That's Kelly up to the upper left. She's our deputy inspector. We're required to have deputy inspectors on site. She's been with us for a long time. She's actually 3rd generation, and her son will come up there in a minute. He's 4th generation Shotcrete inspector. So as they continue finishing away, we'll see them continue to go. That's Kelly again up to the upper left, finishing up that left-hand beam. Then you'll actually see them when they put the steps in a minute. They put a board across the top of it. It's already firmed up enough that they're standing on the seats, and they'll, again, at 90 degrees, shoot those corner seats. Kelly keeping an eye on them all the time. She's taking cylinders. She'll send them off to the lab to make sure that we meet the minimum, which we always do, because we're shooting Shotcrete that's about double what's required. Some of the finishing touches, the bench seats. We always review this with the client just before shooting it, because things always change. Where the seat locations are going to be, the depth of the seats. The seat on the side where the camera is actually higher because the steps are higher for the kids, and we want to set people down and measure where they want the water. Ladies tend to like the water a little bit lower because they don't want to get their hair wet, and then Everybody has a different size upper torso, so you want to sit them down in a chair and ask them where they want the water. So there's final touches at the corner steps, again, placing that at a 90-degree angle. Guys are all wrapped up. I'm going to start cleaning up, get the hoses all cleaned up, clean out the truck. We pull these forms off usually in the afternoon if we've shot it in the morning, and then we butter up the outside because sometimes you can have some shadowing marks and it just doesn't look good to the clients. So we'll actually, if we have some irregular, even though we're shooting against a solid form, if something's irregular, we like to butter it up on the outside and make it look nice and clean for the client. It just leaves them with a really good impression. This happens so fast that it's a really exciting day for the client. So now that we've shown you the right way to do shotcrete placement, again done by professionals, guys that do this every day, compliments of Bill Drakely, one of the greatest shotcrete guys I think I ever met. Here's how not to place shotcrete. So have a great day. This is Randy Beard live from Southern California, Pure Water Pools. Hope you enjoyed the show. Take care.